What's the worst case of medical negligence you've ever experienced? About 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with arthritis, and within a few weeks, I had started experiencing excruciating pain in my legs. My doctor told me that if this happens to come back and ask for oxycodone. But unfortunately, I was away in a very rural town, and the pain was so bad I couldn't wait. I visited the only hospital in this town, which looked kinda old and the staff weren't very friendly. I waited in the lobby, audibly writhing from the pain in my legs, and the only response I got was the receptionist shushing me. She told me to come up to her window if I needed to speak to her, but when I yelled at her that I couldn't walk because of my legs, she told me to wait patiently because the doctor would see me soon. I was finally brought in with the help of 2 nurses after waiting 11 whole hours in that lobby. I began explaining what was happening, telling the doctor about my arthritis, and about how my previous doctor permitted me to get oxycodone if the pain got bad. I told him that my legs felt unstable, my joints were swollen and aching, and I needed oxy now. I heard you in the lobby wailing about it earlier. Are you sure you need it just for arthritis? He replied. I was dumbfounded. He thought I was some tweaker looking for oxycodone, so I angrily clarified that yes, I need it just for my arthritis. He told me knew that my kind liked to find legal ways to get high. I went to respond, but before I could, he told me he'd oblige and give me oxycodone, but only if I could prove I had arthritis. I asked him to check my medical records, but he said no. He said medical records could be faked, and he wanted a much more practical exam. He told me to do 20 jumping jacks, and if during the jumping jacks he could observe genuine symptoms, he'd give me the oxycodone. I said this was ridiculous, but he insisted. I stood up and started doing the jumping jacks, and the pain was the worst I had ever experienced. I was on the verge of crying from it, when suddenly I felt my ankle completely give out. I collapsed onto the floor and broke my hip from the fall. The doctor came over while I groaned in pain, and he told me he now believed me and I could have my oxycodone. I ended up suing this hospital for $300,000, and I'm currently in the middle of the lawsuit.